Uh, are you stuck in your position wherever you are, and you are every day your profile may be changing, or things are changing a lot speedier way than you expect? You are feeling stuck because you don't know what to do in a new profile. And so if this is the case, and of course you want to make a lot of impact in your whatever you are doing, because you want to work, you want to be recognized, you want to put on hard work, not many hours of hard work, but you are stuck somewhere because you are not able to, you don't know which direction to take. So here I have some aspects which you can consider to start making small impacts. Hello, I am Sangeeta Naik and the founder visionary behind Dignity Career Alliance. I am committed to guiding 100,000 stagnated professionals towards achieving significance through a groundbreaking yo-yo ritual. If you are in development sector where the career progression is pretty low, we can have multiple strategies to achieve significance in our field. Through this 90 days ritual, we can ignite passion and purpose that makes you stand out with a distinct style of execution, and you can think out of box, have the courage to state what you want, and you will have that unwavering enthusiasm which is key to every success, believe me or not. And so um, uh, I welcome you to the journey of becoming an iconic figure in your own right, which can bring immense opportunities in the world, which the world is yet to do. So, what specific impact do I want to make in my role? That might be the question you might be asking a lot, many times. So, what are the issues which might stop you from creating an impact, which are resource constraints, limited funding because you are from development sector, maybe limited funding is the issue. There is bureaucratic red tape. We all know that the development sector there is no clear cut rules, and there will be impossible situations where your own people who want to progress, they also create road blocks for you. And there will be impact measurement challenges where you are you are contributing, but there is no way your progress, your contribution can be measured. You might be the person who is very resistant to change because maybe some injustice has happened to you, of course. And I trust you when you say that there has been injustice to you. I understand. You might have skill gaps because of the new change in the situation, and any of this can be your problem. So, funding constraints, limited access to technology, lack of stakeholder engagement, resource limitations will be because you will, for example, when I see myself 2.5 years back, I was given in such a situation where in I was kind of given a new portfolio of which I never had this experience in 30 years of my career. Now, what did I do? Actually, I started doing something, and there were people who were saying because I didn't have the experience, and 1,000 times they will repeat that because Sangeeta has didn't have this experience, so it becomes very difficult for her to foresee what needs to be done. Now, what do you expect? You expect somebody to tell you what needs to be done, at least initially, right? but that was not coming through. So I could see that few are the challenges, those are there. Challenges that hinders progress. You have to clearly outline that these are the challenges, those are actually creating problems, including your boss. He might not be doing it intentionally, I must say, but he doesn't have um, any skill to train you. Train a person who he knows that is a hardworking person, but he doesn't know how to orient the skills into the purpose that is put her or him into that. So you have those challenges. I had these challenges of my boss who has very limited perspective to train a person with experience. He is very good at training somebody very novice. That is what I have observed. And for me, I also had a very strong standing of what? Very opinionated, I can say. But uh, but I just put at par with the person who was to train me. So my expectation, because that person cannot do, and I have very strong opinion about everything that I do. I have a certain way to see things. Everybody, people at your level might be doing the same thing. So what helps you then to make some progress? Obviously, it was me, because I was able to see that the other person is incapable to lead, but he will be immensely happy if some way I could have helped him. So that is what I started with. What do you think? Are you in such a position? So the first of all, writing down those writing down those things and accepting those, having very flexible mindset about some challenges are there, and those are the typical challenges, and you need to do something, and if you can, please do. Then there is this complexity and severity of relationships, mostly relationships. Technology is another aspect which, after some time, you will get to know. Because what is technology? It is to help somebody. The only thing is, we are so accustomed to doing things in a very manual or very mundane kind of ways that we are not okay in adopting technology. But once you adopt technology, whatever technology is there, it becomes easier for me, easier for you. So, what I was doing, I was using Excel, right? Excel to collate data of say 10 quarters. So that has been a recent phenomenon. It has just occurred to me 3 days back. After 2.5 years of struggling, I had data, I was putting data, but when you put data and you do not give in a form that others understand, it is useless data. So even if you put graphs, some people will not be able to understand the graphs unless you have that story behind that. You have to show the story behind whatever you are showing. So simple data, huge skills of data management, data mining, and very good skill of presentation won't do enough. So I have taken Tableau. That is what I knew Tableau, but I have forgotten because I didn't use. Now I'll be again taking that up. I know it will take me hardly 1 or 2 days to present that data because it has come to me just 3 days back. So it is fresh. And if you are stuck in your career because of this is what I want to say. You need to learn something or other every day. The third is impact on effectiveness. You might be starting to do something, but you will not be doing as you are known for. That doesn't matter at all. Please start small. Please make small progress. Why I say I also do webinars. Last year I did about 15 webinars in a span of 12 months. So it is more than one webinar a month. You know how much preparation it takes to arrange a webinar, to bring audience to that webinar. And I was doing in a way I understood, but it was just not. I must concede that I was just tick marking and the webinar column that I was doing. It was webinar. It was helping a lot of people, but it has to be effective as well. So for it being effective, somehow you need to give small action points for people. So those small action points were lacking last year, which I am trying to integrate this year. For that, I'll do sufficient homework, and because I work in microfinance sector, I'll bring lenders to small MFIs because we will facilitate between government and other lending agencies, and they need somebody to guarantee at least with their mediation, if not with money, and that will help. So this is my starting point. So one thing that I told you is resolve my conflict with the boss. It has not gone completely away. Every now and then we get into some kind of argument, but my point is to progress rather than to focus on what is happening in the relationship. The second is the data complexity, that I have all the skills that I have. That is immaterial if I don't learn another skill with W to present the data. Third is to um, put in effectiveness to whatever I am doing. The fourth is emotional engagement or motivation, evoke concern and inspire action. So, for people who are, that is why we do whatever we do, because there is a concern and there needs to be some inspired action. So, I have to be in the midst of that engagement. I need to know first. It cannot be mechanical because we have kind of 200 members, and each person has their own mm, historical perspective of how we work, and that needs to be resolved. So that requires continuous engagement is the fourth thing. And the fifth thing is strategies for enhancement. It takes whatever I have so far discussed, it takes lots of work. Can anybody do that? It is not simply humanly possible. So what do I do? There has to be some strategies for enhancement. It cannot be just one man's show. It has to be a team's effort, and that is where one needs to invest their time and their effort. Now, where are you stuck? It depends on which solution path you need to take. So, the solutions now: strategic planning, impact measurement, collaborative partnerships, visual representations, interactive sessions. So, these are what for my kind of solutions I need to adopt these kind of things. So success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful, says Albert Schweitzer, who was a doctor, who is a Nobel Prize winner. So, impact in action, how do you measure impacts? It is empowering local communities, sustainable agriculture success, because it is a development sector that I am coming from, and that is the solution I'll give. education program impact, then healthcare access improvement. All these are relevant to your field. You need to adopt whichever is relevant to you. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. That is what Steve Jobs says. And what will be the call to action? Reflect on your mission and values. That is what we have discussed previously. Mission and values. What are you up to? And what are your values? And how do you align to your values along with your team values, your organization values? And ensure these actionable steps. Every day you need to find out what you can do to do better things. Share success stories. First, share those successes to yourself. You need to recognize the successes that is happening. Those might be very small, but those are progress anyways. So if you recognize those progress, and that can be recognized, that can be measured only when it the matrix is created. So these are the things where I can impact in my role. If this this is useful to you, you can put comments and like it, maybe share it, and give some feedback so that we can improve in the further videos that I make. Thank you for watching.